How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're having a good day. Or a good night. Or whenever you're watching this. So, it's day 4 of the Wooden City Marble Run Mini. It actually already functions. We've got the base, the crank. We got the top and what I assume is the bottom levels of the marble run, and actually if you use it now, the marble will like fall off a cliff up top here, land here. If you crank it, it'll get pulled up to the top again, go through here. Anyway, I could show you the marble, but we've put in 88 pieces of the 147, but really it looks done. We might get more pieces done tonight than any other night so far on this puzzle, just because it's like getting easy at this point. We're just laying down the tracks of the marble run. I don't know if there's anything else going on really. As we said, we built the base, we built the crank. I don't know what else there is other than the marble run. And I don't know how much marble run there is to this. I don't think there's really that much. I mean, it shows 60 pieces left. And we've been doing about 30 pieces per night. So I guess it means we're going to finish tomorrow, but who knows? Maybe we'll finish today. In order to do that, I'd probably have to, put this puzzle together like I mean it. Like if I was doing this just for myself and I spent an hour on it, I'd probably get it done, but I'm kind of like narrating it and showing you how it's going and talking about it. It's, I'm not just going full speed, but anyway, let's take a look at this crank. So if I put the marble on this bottom row here, I think you heard it. It already like went into the process there. You can turn this crank either way and it'll lift the ball up, and the same thing will happen. It'll drop it off on the top of the marble run. And it'll fall down to the bottom. That's not what's supposed to happen. There's supposed to be more tracks, I assume. But we got to build those. So I guess that's what we're going to be doing today. Building some more track. What is this? A piece fell out. See, now I got to go and find where that piece came from before we build any further. I don't know, I just put the marble through and this piece fell out. I think it looks like there's a piece missing right there, doesn't it? It's probably where it came from. If I'd thought of it quick enough, I could have hit the replay button. And I probably would have seen like exactly where that piece came from, but I didn't. By the way, does it bother you that my arms look like human arms, meaning that they have hair on them? I got some negative feedback about that, and I don't know where it's coming from. I wonder if it's like CGI or transhumanism, like someone wants to create CGI bots and they could fake my voice, but maybe the hair is like difficult to do the lighting on it. Maybe it takes up too many processor cycles. I don't know. Even if that was the case, I think I'm doing the right thing by not putting on long sleeves and not worrying about it, because they need to fix their technology. I mean, this is all theoretical. I don't know that there's people trying to make CGI arms to put models together, but if they did, they'd have to fix their technology. They can't just expect people to adapt to what they do. So the instructions that came with this, they're basically like a page or whatever. There's like one piece of paper and you flip it over. So the first page had segments 1 through 4, and we did those already. 1 through 4 are done, and then on the back here it's like 5 or still 4, but then 5 through 8. So the scoreboard shows 6. So we're on the bottom half of the back of the paper. 6 through 8. 6, 7, and 8. So we're part of the way through 6. And there's only 2 left after that. 7 and 8. So tonight we're going to work on 7 and 8. Are we going to get it done? I don't know. Maybe. We're going to do something. Maybe we'll get it done. Probably not, but we're going to work on it. So, time to look at the instructions. It shows 606 on the scoreboard. So, that's segment 6, but not panel 1, which is shown there. Not panel 4. Not panel 5. Where's panel 6? Here, is this it? Alright, so, whoop, lost it. Alright, panel 6. Segment 6, panel 6. Oh, that was just attaching the track. Okay, so we did that. So, moving on to panel 7. What do they need here? 245s. Alright, so we're just putting 2 pins in. Alright, so this is actually still part of attaching this. Okay, there it is. You see under there, I don't know if you can even see that, but there's 2 like squares underneath there, and we need to put 2 45s in there. 45s are just these like little pins. Anyway, those are pieces 89 and 90 in the counter. I remember the 45s from yesterday. They're in this stash right here. So let's grab 2 of them and put them in place. As always, you can put anything in the chat, and I'll talk about it. If not, I'll just continue with the theme I've been doing throughout this puzzle, which is happiness. And I was thinking one thing today, which is like a very simple concept to happiness, is do things that make you happy. I mean, I'm not saying exclusively. You still need to do, what it takes to live. You need to like if you don't enjoy feeding and bathing, you still have to feed and bathe. But, make some time in each day for the stuff that you enjoy. Because if you don't do that, you feel like you don't get a day. You feel like, where has your day gone? Who stole your day? You have to, whatever is that thing that you do that makes you happy, don't skip that. In fact, there's some people who do it first. I remember reading a book about, I don't know if it was a book or an essay, or it might have even been like a transcript of a speech from Charlie Munger, who's the partner, business partner of Warren Buffett. And he spends the first hour of each day doing his stuff. And after I read that, I did that for 3 years after that. I would just spend the first hour of each day doing exactly what I wanted to do. And you know what? Now as I'm saying this out loud, I might go back to it. Because I've kind of been in a slump lately. I didn't get a lot of work done. I was actually talking to this. Hopefully it's not going to be used against me. But I was talking to a coworker this year. One positive thing about this year, I didn't use sick days. I used 1.5. But I used more vacation days than any other year. In a few months, right now I'm at 29 years. In a few months, I'll be starting my 30th year. And I used more vacation days this year than any other year because I had them saved up. And I used 30, a month. Basically, no, a month only has 21 work days. I used a month and a half of vacation days this year. So that's insane. And there's even more to it. There's I didn't bill, My pay is determined by how many hours I bill. I didn't bill as many hours this year. Maybe part of that is even this stream that I'm doing. So I'm almost thinking like maybe instead of doing these streams live, which is a shame because I don't want to lose the chat, but no one ever chats anyway. Like maybe I should get up and do them at 5 a.m., have them in the can, and then instead of it like, waiting to get to it at the end of the day, I've already got it like in the bank, and maybe I'll be more productive in like other areas of my life. And by that, I specifically mean my job because the more productive I am at my job, the more money I make. So I feel like I need to make that more of a priority this year, coming off of my worst year ever. So just looking at this chart, the instructions here, I'm a little confused. We were on segment 6. We did panel 6. We did panel 7. And then I sort of scrolled here and it says 1 again. Panel 1. The only way that's panel 1 is if that's segment 7, which like, are we already on segment 7? Where do we go here? All right, yeah, we are. I don't know why it's like cut off on this screenshot that I have, but this is actually, you can see it here. This is segment 6 was very short, and we're now going on to segment 7. I don't know if I have a good like screenshot of that. It's like, let me check the next page. 6, 7. Yeah, I don't know. One's cut off at the top, one's cut off at the bottom. So I guess let's start with this one where we can see the top. So segment 1 of, panel 1 of segment 7. So 701, we're going to call that. There's a lot of pieces in this section. So first there's a big piece, which is, what's the number on that piece? I don't see where it shows the number of that piece. What is that big piece? 52. Okay, that's 52. And then there's 3 pieces on top. Are they all 46s? They might be. There's there's 4 on top. And 3 of them are labeled 46s, and the 4th one isn't labeled. I'm just going to assume that it's also a 46. So basically the 4 corners get 46s. So 52 is the track. And then like these corner pieces are 46. But this one isn't labeled any number. I'm just going to assume it's 46. And then each 46, I want to say that they get 2 45s, and they do. But there's also a 49. Is there just one 49 there? I see this like right in the middle of the screen there. I see a 49. But I don't see it connecting to anything. I guess in the next panel it'll connect to something. All right, so we've got the track 52. We've got 4 46s. That's 5 pieces. Each 46 takes 2 45s. That's 5 plus 8. That's 13. And then there's this random piece 49. So we're looking at 14 pieces here, I think, if I did that math right. Did I? 4, 8, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 14 pieces. All right, so we're breaking the century mark here. We're going from 90 to 104. And now we got to start collecting those pieces. So 52 should be like a big piece, I think, right? All right, I can already tell where this is going. So remember that like 49 piece? Was it 49? Yeah, that 49. It's like this little clip, and like one end is going to clip in. I can tell you, or at least I can guess, the other end is going to clip probably. It's probably gonna this is 52, and then 53 is this like smaller version. It's probably the inner half of the track, and they're probably gonna clip together. I don't know why they wouldn't put a second 49 here. Maybe it's gonna attach to something that's already exists, or it's gonna exist somewhere else. It's gonna come from somewhere else. I'm not sure. All right, so while I clip out these pieces, I'll just talk about that happiness some more. So the first element to doing what makes you happy is knowing what makes you happy. There's a lot of people who jog in the morning. They get up and the first thing they do is jog. I mean, maybe the first thing they do is use the bathroom, but like, and then the second thing is get dressed. But basically they jog before they start their day. I know that not everyone could do that. Maybe you've got to drive your child to gymnastics in another state at 4 a.m, and it's not realistic. But, you know, maybe while the child is doing gymnastics, you can go outside and run around the building for an hour or whatever. You know, I'm just kind of, I don't know what your life is like. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. If you never tried running or even just like distance walking, you don't know if that's the thing that makes you happy or not. Maybe it does. I don't know. Whatever the thing is, if the thing is watching Adam Sandler movies, then you go to the car and watch an Adam Sandler movie. I don't know. I mean, I think that's what you do. All right. This piece down here is 29. The rest are 46s. And the instructions don't say whether that like upper left piece is a 46 or something else. Like, I don't know really what this 29 piece is. Is it referring to this piece, or are these all 46s? I'm not sure. I'm just going to grab 4 46s, and if they don't fit, then they were the wrong piece. You know, but if they fit, then I guess that's what we needed, 4 46s. All right, I'll grab 4 of those. Wow. I heard a splinter go flying. It went this way, and it hit off the iPad. The instructions are on an iPad. That's if that's not obvious. But wow, these 46s do not want to come out. They're really like locked in there. Okay. Back to the 45s. Where are the 45s? We need 8 of them. 8 of them. And then we also need a 49, if we happen to see that. This is a 49 right here. I think this little rectangle is like extras of pieces. But anyway, it's the first 49 I see, so I'm grabbing it. And then we need 8 45s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We got 13 of them left. I'm going to grab these 8 right here. And then we're going to start putting everything together. What was I thinking? Oh. Has anyone ever heard of this Similarion or something like that? I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. The guy who did Lord of the Rings, JRYE Tolkien, he did some other book called Similarion or something like that. And it's basically like Marvel Endgame. There's like these stones, like Thanos stones. There's these like realities. I don't know if they're reality stones. There's some kind of stones. I was kind of surprised. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. He also wrote Lord of the Rings. I guess that's kind of his, you know, his thing. Rings control the world. Stones control the world. I don't know if they're analogies or metaphors or something, but if not, if you take them at face value, this guy thinks that there's like mythical objects that control the world, which was probably an interesting thought to have back in sort of the charlatan days when you could like fool people. Well, nowadays we do it too. I think nowadays they use scale. Something is either like too big that you can't verify it yourself, or it's like too small that you can't see it, and you're just like kind of taking someone else's word for it. I think like pharmaceuticals, I think there's a big thing like that these days. It's like, they tell you that tale of like the emperor has no clothes. And then the pharmaceuticals, they have to beat placebo. Like to become a pharmaceutical, like one of the processes, they have to beat the placebo. The placebo is like a sugar pill. So that analogy of the emperor with no clothes that he's told it's a fancy suit and you have to be smart to see it. I mean, that's very relevant to the field of pharmaceuticals. They have, they have placebos that work. There's people who cured by placebo. They do the testing and they give some people the real drug and they give some people the placebo. And there's ones in each group who get healed. And like, in order for the drug to be approved, one of the requirements is you have to beat the placebo. But the placebo works. Like every time they do a study, there's someone who gets healed by sugar pills. I don't know, are sugar pills like a miracle drug, or is it the power of the mind that cures the person? I don't know. Well, to J.R.Y. Tolkien, you can control the universe if you've got the right stones or the right rings or the right whatever. But to me, I would think that sounds like a placebo effect. They're like, if you get a group of people and you tell them, look at this, I've collected all of Thanos's, universe controlling stones and I put them in this glove and we now control the universe. Do you control the universe because you got the Thanos stones in the glove, or do you control the universe because you convinced this army of your supporters that whatever they do is going to work without fail because you've got the stones? It's like a little bit of, confidence booster or something. It's like, we've got the Infinity Stones. They can't beat us. And the thing about, especially when you look at how humans tend to operate, how they have these like wars and stuff, when you think about it, you're going to lead warriors into battle, and you're going to convince them that these Infinity Stones are going to make them win. Well, two things are going to happen. Either they're going to win the battle and they're going to thank the stones, or they're going to lose the battle and they're going to be dead anyway, so no one will ever know that that they believed in stones that didn't work. So it's kind of like a no-risk, all-reward sort of play. I'm not saying nowadays. Well, nowadays it could be, as I said, like nanoscale or space. I know there's I actually stopped reading articles about space a number of years ago because I always felt like I couldn't verify anything of what they were saying. Like, I couldn't verify it like in the least, and it just became like I'm not accusing anyone, but it became irrelevant to me. Like, I can't, I don't know what they're showing me from this telescope. Like Star Wars could show me the same thing. I have no idea if it's like true or not. And even if it was true, like, I don't know what it means. Like, you're showing me a picture of the universe. Okay. Thanks for the picture of the universe. I have no idea what to do with this information. So even though it was like a joy to me to see that stuff when I was younger, nowadays it just doesn't do anything for me. And I think I'm reaching that point with some of the nanoscale stuff. I think for a while I was quite enthused. I remember when SUNY Albany opened their School of Nanoscale Engineering. My oldest son was a senior in high school, and I was like, go to Albany and major in nanoscale engineering. And he did go to Albany, but he didn't pick that major. By the way, the two younger sons, my middle son just today, it's like official today, he made his schedule for a second semester of college, and he's going to be computer science major. So he's majoring computers at the same college I went to where I majored computers. And the youngest son says his favorite subject is comp sci. So I didn't make any effort once to convince either of them to do computers. I think they just both like them, as I did. But like, I didn't encourage them. They just, decided on their own. And the younger one he's got 2 years to figure out his major. It may not be computers, but he said it's his favorite subject. So one picked it as a major, other said it's his favorite subject. My father was an accountant, and I did take 2 accounting classes, but I was not impressed with accounting. It didn't seem like something I wanted to major in. I thought it was baloney. Like when I first took the class on accounting, like before I took the class, I thought it was the most normal thing in the world. Like, oh, this is great. It's just like using Excel. I thought it would be like databases, in computers you use databases. And I thought like accounting will be like that. Turns out it's nothing like that. It's all about like making decisions and like when you're going to count this and when you're not going to count that and over how many years. And it's basically more like law than anything else. Like the math, you can just like, program a computer to do the math. It's like irrelevant. All right. So I know that there's a bottom half to 7, but I see panels 2 and 4 here. Okay, so where is panel 3? Probably panel 3 is on the bottom half of 7, which I think is on the next page. Yeah, there's 3. Okay. And 3 is connecting that track. Like, 3 is exactly what we thought it was, connecting that track to 49. Or actually putting on a new 49 and then connecting it to 53. But, okay. We're not up to that yet. We're not up to 3 yet. We're up to 2. So what is 2? 2 is nothing. I don't think anything is happening in panel 2. They do show this one kind of connection happening. Oh, okay. We're attaching that thing that we... oh, no, that's 4. How is it skipping from 2 to 4? Like, 2 is showing nothing happening except we're lowering the track. And then 4 is showing the track attaching to the existing structure. So then what happens in 3? Let's go to 3 again. So 3, we add a 49 and 53. And we have to do that in between 2 and 4. Okay, so 53 pairs up with 52 using a 49. And then we drop the whole thing onto the structure. All right, so 702 is done. 703 is going to require 2 pieces, 49 and 50, so up to 106 pieces. All right. So we need a second 49, and we need 53. I think 53 is the piece. Yeah. It was the piece right inside of what we worked with. There isn't a second 49 here, but I'm sure we'll find it somewhere else. There's some arrows on these boards, on this track. Probably other arrows on the previous one. There are. Yeah, probably just have to keep those arrows lined up. Though honestly, they they don't look like they line up. All right, let's try it like this. Yeah, I guess they do. Okay. They sort of had to. I don't know why it took me so long to verify that. Of course they line up. The arrows are just in different places, but I guess that makes sense. They're like staggered. Because the two pieces are going to basically get married in a second. So if you put the arrows in the same places, they'd be redundant. Stagger them definitely makes more sense. That's what they did. Can't get this piece out. My goodness, it's like jammed in there. Well, another splinter just went flying. All right, so it's going to go in there, you know, something like that. But we need a 49 before we finish this. There's a 49 right there, but we need another 49. And what do you know? 2 more 49s. It's kind of upside down there if you couldn't read it. So it's also a little blotchy, but you'll just have to take my word for it. That's a 49. I'll see if I can get that a little bit clearer. Yeah, now you can see it's a 49. So we need that. All right, so this goes, yeah, same here. Same as the other one. Like, there's a 49 here, and this one's going to get a 49 here. And then, somehow, even though these two are not attached to each other, they're going to attach to the structure. I'm not sure how. I feel like there's something missing here. Like they should clip, like, right? And probably they're going to clip to something that's already here. I see arms here, here, here. Is that where they're going to go? I'm not sure. Let's see if we can zoom in. All right. I think it's going to attach like all the way inside here. And then it's going to slant down, hit this, and then finish back here. Finish here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks good. All right. I guess this is the outside. Oh, this is weird. It's like a circle. How are we going to get it on here? Maybe just start at this end and kind of pass through here. This is definitely weird. I mean, I think I'll get it done, but it's a little... That's new. That's new. That's different. I don't think I've seen that on another puzzle before. And this is a double decker here. So, does it go on the top deck? It's really unclear looking at the manual. I mean, tell me if you see different. I only see... Oh, okay. I see. So I see that this is the top deck. And then if you look very closely here, you can see the bottom deck. It's obscured by the rail. So it is there. All right. All right, so let's attach this thing. Enough talk. Oh my goodness. I just knocked a piece off. These corners don't stay on well. They're not, the tension is not good. There's not enough tension. I'm thinking maybe I'm supposed to rotate them the other way and then they'll stay in, but if I rotate them the other way, I can't get them in to start with. Oh, it just fell off. Like now this one fell off. This is becoming a big fail. I'm wondering if I should attach it first and then put it back on. I just dropped one of the pieces. And worse than that, I think it fell in my shoe. I didn't hear it hit the ground. All right. Yep, it was in my shoe. Okay. Did I knock them all off? Oh, no, it's this one. Okay. Oh, my goodness. So this top corner is off. And this back corner is off. I don't know whether to attach it. All right, let's try. Let's see if we can attach it. Well, it is the corner. I don't have to go into the interior. Okay. Let's try again. None of this has like a, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have support. It's just like hanging in the air. Like, how am I supposed to connect it? I guess I got to get my finger underneath to support it. Wow. This is so flimsy. It's like going to fall apart before it connects. Yep, it's falling apart. All right. I'm going to attach it first. And then put on those falling apart pieces second. I feel like getting the 52 in place is going to pay off. Because if I put that stuff back on, it's just going to fall off again. All right, so now the connector here, does it go, there's two, Does it go to the first one or the second one? It's unclear. Honestly, trying to look at the instructions, it doesn't go to either. It goes to this one. But I don't believe that possibly could be correct. Maybe it doesn't go to either. Maybe it's the second piece that goes there. I don't know what's going on. And I've got pieces that fell off. I want to put the second piece on. Just so I can see what it looks like. Second piece doesn't fit around. This is crazy. It's impossible to get it around. Maybe it doesn't go around. Maybe it goes on the inside. I feel like it's too close. Like I can't see what's going on. The instructions, the shot of the instructions is too close. Like, look at these 3 bars. And then look at this opening. Like, how am I supposed to get that on there? What am I not thinking of? Is there a way to do it or not? There's probably some easy way to do it that I gotta think of. Oh, so close. It's like, do you think the answer is to just push it through? It's like, I don't know if I'm gonna break it if I try that. It went through. Oh, but it's not around this piece yet. Oh, it doesn't need to go around that piece. Okay. And that will help because there's only one rectangle on this inner piece, so that'll help tell which hole from the outer piece, which rectangle is going to attach. So see, it did help to put this 53 in as well. Sometimes when you start putting the pieces together, you get more information from that, and you could figure it out. I'm actually not sure that this does go the way I've done it. It might not be correct, but we're going to try it anyway. I'm going to see what happens. Now, this is the only option, so we're going to connect this one. I'll do that corner piece at the end. Was this even supposed to go out here? No. Oh my goodness. It needs to be up here. Can we get it there? Wow. Okay. Alright, I gotta redo some stuff here. Wow. It needs to go above here. It needs to go in a very specific location. I think it can be done, but it's there we go. It's actually easy. It's actually the correct spot is, no surprise, the easiest spot to get it to fit at. And in fact, this notch here now makes sense because it goes around this piece of wood. And then this has no choice but to connect here. All right. Let's see. I just knocked off another corner piece. I didn't mean to slam it with my hand. That just happened. What I want to do is connect this piece, but I couldn't get a good look at it from the other angle. All right, let's try from here. It's not going in. There we go. It went in. So then what do you think? This one has to connect then. And now we got these two 49s. Oh man, I was off camera that whole time. I thought I was on camera 1. Sorry. We finally got it connected. We got these two connected, but I did it off camera because I wasn't paying attention to the monitor. Sorry. All right. That's on. This is on. This is on. This is not on. This needs to be done still. We'll get it. We'll get it. Messed up that little notchy thing, but I'll just put that back on. All right, now let's get these tracks connected. It's twisting a lot. I feel like I might be breaking stuff that worked yesterday in the process of trying to get today's pieces connected, which would be bad, obviously. All right, that's a little short. That's why it's not going in. All right, now it looks like it's lined up, but my fingers don't reach. Let's get the tool they give us in there. See if we can get that in. Like my fingers don't fit. The tool doesn't reach. I can't see. The view is obstructed. But we persist. Because the other option would be giving up, and the model's never going to get done if we give up. All right. We knocked off the inside piece that was already connected. Wow, neither of these is going in right now. I can't get it. everything else is going to break. It happened once before. The Roker Army field car. I was trying to get these pieces. They weren't going on. As I'm doing them, other pieces are shaking off. And then that's it. It just, ended up being a fail. It would be a shame to fail this thing, considering how good we were doing yesterday. But I can't get these pieces on, and that's starting to seem like a fail. Yeah, this is just a nightmare right now. Now I have to figure out where all these pieces that fell off came from. And hopefully get them back on. Without knocking off other stuff. And the pins are loose. That was another issue with the Army field car. Is the pins were loose. When the pins are loose, the thing doesn't stay together. I mean, that's like model building 101. You need adhesion. So these pins at the bottom, I can't even get in. I can't get them in. So it's all misshapen. And then the ones at the top are so freaking loose that they just fall out. And this 49 fell out. I don't remember the 49 being loose, but it fell out, so I guess it was. Trying to get this 49 back in. If I can get the angle, I can't. This bar is in my way. Alright, let's try a different angle. Don't have the reach. Alright, I got one more idea from this side. I got it, but can I push it in? I think so. I think that went in on the first attempt. All right, now let's clean up some of these pieces that fell off. This one lost a pin. How much time am I going to spend now repairing? All right, we got two more corner pieces that fell off. This corner and this corner. Wow. Horrible. That was a horrible sequence of events. I shouldn't say horrible. Nobody got hurt. That was a dreadful sequence of events. We went backwards instead of forward. Why does that camera look green? It's I don't know. These cameras each have a different color. This one's white. Camera 4 is white. Camera 2 is green. Camera 1 looks pretty accurate. Yeah, I think that's what I look like. Did we break everything? Is anything still working? It looks like it's almost done. It just needs one more track. Should we try that marble again? It's hard to even see this. I might have to move the camera. Let's try camera 3. I think maybe that's the best view. So let's get the marble in there. And then bring it up to the top and see what happens. There we go. Something's happening. Let me do it again from this angle. I don't think it's maybe the best you've ever seen, this angle, I mean. Something's happening. You'll see. I mean, it's not broken yet. It's not complete yet, but it's not broken yet. We have a chance. We haven't completely failed yet. All right. What's next? That was 4, by the way, connecting those pieces. That was segment 7, panel 4. Where's panel 5? Panel 5, I believe, was just the testing that we just did. So panel 5 is done. Panel 6, piece 50. Okay, so you might recall that we have 2 49s hanging out down here. We're going to connect them with a 50. And that's piece 107, and that's segment 7, panel 6. We need a 50. Here's a 50 right here. So that's what we need. It's, as I recall, that's a really difficult spot to work with. And I might break the whole thing. And I might, if that happens, I'll probably stop this puzzle because it's really flimsy. The pieces are small. They don't make good connections. And that's exactly the recipe of the puzzles that are not worth completing because they're basically no good. They're not going to stay together. In my opinion. Maybe someone else is like better at this than me. See, now I'm turning it upside down to get the 50 onto those 49s. And those corners that we just did for the second time a minute ago, they're now breaking for like the third time. So, or breaking for the second time. The first time they just hadn't been assembled yet. So basically we're going to have to do those corner pieces for a third time after doing these 50s. But we'll do it. I mean, I wish those connections weren't loose and we didn't have to do them 3 times, but they are what they are. So 3 of them fell off. 3 of them fell off. 3 of them. I mean, come on. This is garbage. I'm sorry to insult this puzzle, but come on. Why is it falling off 3 times? Maybe I'm putting the pegs in the wrong direction, but when I try to do it the other direction, you can't get them in at all. But if you did get them in going the other direction, they'd probably stay in. But I can't get them in, so I'm putting them in one direction and they're falling out. All right. Let's try to do the tough direction for this one. By the way, we didn't even accomplish anything. We just added a 50 to those 49s, which is a support piece, but we're not going to operate this thing long enough for that support piece to make a difference. So we just knocked off, 3 corner pieces for no good reason. Other than completeness. Something to be said for that. Because I'm not doing it just for myself. I'm doing it for, a YouTube video. So I guess completeness matters. Come on. Internal server error. YOLOBox just said internal server error. I wonder if it's about to crash. Let me test. All right, I'm going to do a thumbs up and see if that makes that to the screen. It's possible that the server crashed one of the 3 sessions. Currently, I have eyes on YouTube and it's working. Let me go to Rumble and do a peace symbol. See if that shows up on Rumble. All right. How is this? My hands are completely gone from Rumble. Okay, there's the peace symbol. All right, let me go to, yeah, Twitter's definitely down. Let me see if it comes back. I'm going to refresh Twitter. And I'm going to hit Twitter with a Jimmy Superfly Snuka symbol. Let's see if that shows up. It's not showing up. I think Twitter's not working. Oh, there's Snuka. Okay. All right. So I don't know what the server error was, but it's resolved itself. I think it was something with Twitter. All right. What do we got left here? Segment 7, panel 7. I don't see what's happening here. Okay, yeah, that's the 50. We put that on. Okay, this is so stupid. So, segment 7, panel 6 was like, get the 50 in place. And segment 7, panel 7 is push the 50 on completely. Basically, it was nothing. All right, this is probably the last piece of track. Segment 7, panel 8. We need a piece of track known as 54. And on top of that is going to go 2 46s and 55. So that's 4 pieces. And that's all going to be held in place with 5 45s. So 9 pieces. So that's 116. We're nowhere near the 147 pieces they said this was going to be. So I guess I'm wrong, and we're nowhere near finishing the track. There's probably more pieces to come. Okay, so for example, 54, that's obviously going to marry 56. Just show you those pieces, what they look like. So 54 is what we're about to work on. Obviously 56 is its pairing. So that's going to be some more pieces. Maybe we won't get this done tonight. Maybe we shouldn't even start this. I mean, we had the internal server error. What are we? 30 pieces from finishing. We've been doing 30 pieces per night. Let's put this down. And let's come back to 7-8 tomorrow. And let's assume that we're going to finish this. Because if we start this, we've only got 30. No, we've only got 29. Wait, what do we got? Okay, I guess we have 39 pieces left. And we've been averaging like 30 pieces. So it's going to be a little bit stretched tomorrow. We probably could do these 9 pieces, but they wouldn't get hooked to the structure. So I'd rather not do them today because right now all the pieces are in the structure. And I like to end shows when it's in that state. So we'll finish this tomorrow unless I am busy at my real job and can't do it. But the next time we do this puzzle, we're going to finish it. I'm John Rapp. This is Just Rest Your Eyes. Good night and see you tomorrow.